Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at a no item run for Universe 6 in the Universe 6 ESPR. Not really anything to focus on too much here. Universe 6 ESPR is pretty straightforward, I would say. It's older ESPR. We don't really tend to have as many issues with those. We're in the 40s now, the no item runs for ESPRs, which is pretty cool. So we're nearing kind of being up to date there, or we're in the 30s, the mid 30s. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, always something to really, get a good feel for and get a good, kind of vibe for, which is always great. But realistically, yes, I would say overall, it's ultimately comes down to when we're looking at these things, what kind of builds we're going to go with. And with Universe 6, Hit or Tech Hit is still a really great pick for non-item runs or just for ESPR in general because of his ability to potentially stun. Now, the sad thing is we don't actually see that in action here because he's, doesn't get his passive stun off, which is always a real shame, but he is still very, very good. His ability to potentially stun is so critical, so helpful, so useful, and it's really just one of those things that ultimately I think gives a lot of good utility to anyone running a stage where anyone can be stunned. But not only that, we also have Vados with the seal, we also have his own stun on super attack, but really now the stage has obviously been elevated heavily by the presence of the physical Kale and Caulifla. So, when you look at things like that, it's really ultimately down to that functionality and that, really easy run that they can kind of provide. There's tons of alternative uses for units now. We've got the Int Caulifla, we've got the Tech Caulifla, we've got the Int Hit as well, who's great. I just wanted to really showcase kind of the tech hit more so than anything. But yeah, honestly, it just boils down to, again, that kind of focus on, using some of these older units and the easy A's and things that provide you with strength over time. That's the thing about content in Dokkan that I think people don't tend to realize or focus in on. But in Dokkan, you, especially permanent content, kind of have forever to do it. So what may seem impossible at the start or at some point where it's like, oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to use Caulifla, I don't know how to use Hit, I don't know how to do these things. You can. You can eventually. It's really not that big a problem. You'll be able to make it work. It's just down the line. It's not something you'll be able to make work now, but it might be something you can make work later on. I think that's ultimately the thing that comes together the most when I look at ESPR and not item runs and things. In the moment, everything can seem really hard, but then ultimately at the end of the day, it's just not that difficult. Content seems super hard now. It's not hard in 6 months' time, and that's just how Dokkan rolls. Really, it's not really too much else that you can say. And I think ultimately for me, that's just something that I personally find the most at least that I need to find the most appealing about Dokkan is that in the moment it may seem impossible, but I really don't matter about the moment. It's about what happens later on. And with Universe 6, I think that's the case. So you'll have a much easier time now than you would have back in the day, and that's all that matters. So that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you need any more help, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys. Bye.